Hey there, everybody. It's the author Andrew Snorton, and you're joining me for the Fast 15, as we typically do on Wednesday afternoons about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We take about no more than about 15 minutes to kind of pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note from any of the books, audio books, and then close out with a few announcements and just a couple of reminders to get you on your day, because sometimes you can't wait till the end of the day, and you might not be wait until the beginning of the next day to pause, reboot, refocus, clear your head, all those types of things. So I thank everybody for taking time out of your day to tune in, like, share, all that type of thing. The easiest way to stay connected with me is through Instagram at AuthorASnorton. AuthorASnorton. Excuse me. But and when you click on the link in the bio, the link for my Linktree makes it easy for like adding me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter/X, YouTube, the newsletter, the information about the coffee collab with Fonte's Coffee, upcoming events, and more. So the easiest ways to stay connected with me, if you go on Linktree in your browser, that's linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. That's the easiest way to stay connected. But for those of you on social media, Instagram, Twitter/X, and YouTube, AuthorASnorton, Author Andrew Snorton on Facebook. But instead of trying to remember all 1100 things, just go to my link tree, linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. And before we get into the reading for the day, as you are aware, I always try to take a moment or two to acknowledge people that may not be going, may not be doing that well, or people that are doing well. We know, life can be full of challenges and roller coasters and all that type of thing. So if you or someone you know is going through a challenging time, you have every right to feel some kind of way about the challenges that you are going through. But the bigger right that you have is take the time you need to kind of pause, reset, reboot, identify where you can get the help that you need, whether it's professional help, whether it's, informal, whether it's just changing the way that you move, the people you're around, the places you go, those types of things. And please try to identify constructive ways of getting through stuff, because we want to see you around and we want to see you pull through it. By the same token, we know there are people going through some tremendous times, people who have gotten married recently, to job promotions, to places they had never been that they always dreamed about going, and all that type of thing. So if you're someone you know is going through a positive time, definitely congratulations to you. You do have every right to celebrate responsibly, of course, but you do have every right to celebrate, because you know what you have been led through in order to get there. And definitely feed off the positive energy in order to help you continue to go where you're trying to go. So those are just a couple of quick reminders I always try to leave. And now we're going to get into our reading of the day. And I had to make sure that I have it marked. But this is from the first book. Let's see if I can remember this. Okay, this is from the very first book, Deeper Than Your Deepest Sleep, Thoughts on Love with Joseph Norton. It's a great poetic retelling of a conversation I had with a long-lost family member, and we just basically retold it through the lens of poetry. So the first half of the book, I'm doing the interviewing of him. The second half of the book, he's doing the interviewing of me. And we just kind of just looked at the energy of love across the board. And as the holidays are creeping up, you guys know what happens. Holidays are a festive time, but for some people it's real challenging, and you get reminded of some things. So the selection I'm going to pull from is chapter 18, Do I Love What I See in the Mirror? So chapter 18 of the book, Do I Love What I See in the Mirror? And there's a couple of key things that I definitely want to share. So again, from chapter 18, Do I Love What I See in the Mirror? And the very first quote is something that's probably very familiar to a number of people. In order to love someone else, you have to love yourself, I happen to mention. Well, you must have gotten that from a song or back of a cereal box, didn't you? You are such a genius, Joe asks and jokes simultaneously. So we've heard that quote before, but it's true. It is, you have to love who you are. And it doesn't mean that you're not up for improvement. There's always things that we can do better. But if you don't know how to love yourself and understand the process of loving yourself, it's going to be real hard for you to share and express, I'll say a meaningful or tangible love to other people. And that's something that we all have to learn and relearn. Like we feel a certain way about ourselves, something happens, and then we kind of fly off, not only at the mouth, but how we engage with people, how, things along those lines. But we've got to take time to pause and reboot, which is part of the purpose of what we do here on the Fast 15. Let's see, there's a couple other quotes from here, not only from the preview, but then the actual poem that I'll share with you. So here's another one. You got to love yourself. How else can you really love other people? And it's not about being arrogant or boastful. It's just about being in tune with who you are and whose you are. But you have to get your head out of the sand or out of the clouds and get back to reality so you can see yourself for who you are and who you can be, says somebody. And that kind of feeds off of what we said in the first quote, where, yeah, loving yourself isn't always, pumping on your chest and hooting and hollering and all that type of thing. Sometimes you're going to, verbalize and quote, show emotion that way, but sometimes it might just be a sense of calm, a sense of nodding your head and being like, yeah, that's right. So there's different ways that you can kind of affirm or reaffirm or confirm who you are and whose you are. And then there's a quote from the poem that I want to make sure that I use. Let me see. Yeah, all right. So the last part of it, I'm going to use part of the poem from chapter 18 just to kind of reinforce that. So here it goes. I'll get there when I have my continued walk and talk with God. Of Him, why do you think it's so odd? Is it because I threw in some colorful language on some previous verses? You know He knows my heart, despite my excellence with curses, and He'll ultimately help me see things much clearer in order to love what I see in the mirror. So I'm going to let you guys marinate on that last quote for yourselves and kind of break that down on your own. But that's today's selection from chapter 18 of Deeper Than Your Deepest Sleep, Thoughts on Love with Joseph Snorton. So if you or somebody you know as a poetry lover, hey, this is definitely a good fit for you. So as we get ready, before we get ready to close out, just a couple of quick reminders and announcements. Many, many thanks to Wake Forest University, my alma mater. It was our homecoming last weekend. Many thanks to the campus bookstore and the amazing staff there that really helped out with me having a great book signing. Thank you to the alums that stopped by and supported with their purchase or an encouraging word. Just thanks to the entire Wake Forest community. Special shouts to the Association of Wake Forest University Black Alumni for great programming, engagement, and more. And just a fun experience. Great events, great networking, a great win against Pitt. It was definitely needed. So shouts to the whole, Wake Forest University family. Upcoming events, Appears Place, this coming Saturday, Appears Place on October 28th, 7 p.m., the Bill Clark Music Scholarship benefit event. It is the inaugural event. Make sure to go on AuthorASnortonCCS.com to check and click on articles and coverage to read the advanced article we did a few weeks ago on them. It's a great event coming up this Saturday. Live auction. Proceeds are helping support scholarship opportunities, not only in Metro Atlanta, but at the late Mr. Clark's high school alma mater in Ohio. So make sure to check out the article. Make sure to support with the ticket, purchase those types of things. November 4th, there's a lot of events going on, but I definitely want to give shouts to the iconic Iota Zeta Sigma chapter, Sigma Gamma Rho sorority, as they're doing their black tie event, the Sigma Lounge. That's going to be at a great location in Piedmont Park, so make sure to check them out, as I believe ticket sales conclude on October 29th. Shouts to our chapters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Now, I know a couple of the AK chapters, the one in Gwinnett County and then Tau Epsilon Omega, they are doing black ties benefits. There's a lot of good events going on, but definitely want to acknowledge those organizations that are doing some good things. The next book signing that I'm doing will be November 11th from 12 to 3 p.m. That will be at Nubian Bookstore in Morrow, Georgia. So many thanks to the amazing ownership and team out there doing some great things to help support authors and more. So make sure to come by, and especially with it almost being November, you can get a head start on getting your holiday gifts. Hey, autographed book is always cool, especially mine. Especially mine. Shouts to the amazing team at Fonte's Coffee. They are my collaborative team with the AuthorASnorton blend. We currently have the medium roast, the light roast, the decaf. We will be making an announcement soon when we will make the holiday, the special limited run edition of this next infused coffee that we're going to do. So, hey, just stay on the alert, but make sure to visit fontescoffee.com, click on special collections usually, and you can order from there. And if you are subscribed to my newsletter, we have a listing of all the different venues where you can go in mainly Kentucky, Metro Atlanta, Bowling Green, and Birmingham. So make sure to check that out. Trying to see if there's anything else that's on the horizon. Yeah, I'll say this to anyone who recently has lost a family member, friend, or loved one: prayers, condolences, and encouragement. And one who comes to mind is be definitely members of the Tau Pi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, one of their charter members, as well as one of their former bacilli, Gwen Russell Green, transitioned over the weekend. So we definitely extend prayers, condolences, and encouragement to her family, friends, loved ones, her line sisters, the chapter where she was initiated, and of course the chapter that she chartered. Just a great person, not only through those lenses, but parent, educator, community resource, poet, things along those lines. So we definitely want to extend prayers, condolences, and encouragement to all those connected. Try to see if there's anything else. Yeah, just in general, if anyone's going through a hard time, please know that there are people that want to see you get through it successfully. Don't think that everybody's against you. There are some knuckleheads against you, but not everybody. So please don't think everybody's against you. So as we get ready to wind down, just a few reminders again to stay connected with me. The easiest way to do that is add me on Instagram at AuthorASnorton. Click on the link in the bio for my Linktree, linktr.ee/AuthorASnorton. And from there, you can add me on Facebook, add me on Instagram, add me on Twitter/X, subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my newsletter, upcoming interviews, upcoming events, the coffee, the archival editions of the Conversation Corner via the Status Network and all that. So make sure to check those out. So as we get ready to wind down, please make sure to be safe each and every day. With it being autumn, it's a beautiful time of the year. It's homecoming season, but we know the days are going to start to get, they're going to get darker. Because, the sun sets earlier. So make sure that you're careful when you're out and about, just in general, but definitely at night. I was about to say, just thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, shown up, shown out, talked constructively about what we're doing. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. So as we close out, and I know sometimes I flip the order around, but hopefully you understand the intent. Whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. Keep it victorious. Keep it moving. All of you, take good care. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys real soon, especially on November 4th for the book signing at Nubian Bookstore from 12 to 3. And then I will be out at the Sigma Lounge. So make sure to check me out. Take good care, all of you. Continue peace and blessings, and I'll see you soon.